Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of My Tiny Little House. It's been a long fucking time. Sorry, I swore in the. Oh my god, I already swore in the beginning of the episode. Oh my god, can you believe me? It's been a long time since I've had the ability to just sort of sit down and make an episode of the podcast. Most of you guys are probably wondering, well, where did it go? What happened? Well, I think actually at this point, most of you guys know if you're in the loop of my content, then you kind of already know. Especially if you go over to the main channel, the main YouTube channel, which is just my you know about it. I put a video up there talking about kind of where I went and how there was something else in my life that required my full attention, and that is at a, I guess, trigger warning, content warning, animal death. I had to put one of my dogs down. I talked about this already. I think we talked about it on, there was a Patreon episode, by the way, patreon.com/mytinylittle house, $5 a month, $5 a month for just the best of the best. I mean, honestly, you get a bonus episode, 2 bonus episodes a month. Obviously that didn't really happen last month. October was, not what I wanted it to be. October was, objectively an awful month for me. It just, a lot of things happened. Something else in my personal life that I won't talk about, here on the channel, just because it's not really my story to tell. That happened, and then also, I had to go put my dog down, and that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do and like watch happen. Basically, it was like me. Is he using the right microphone? Hello? Yes, it is. Oh, that waveform is crazy. Anyways, this is episode number, I think we're on 32 now, 31 or 32. I don't really remember. Maybe we're on 33 for all I know. But yeah, no, it's weird to see that like there's such a time skip, like a big jump in between the last time I was able to sit down and record just a main channel episode. It's also November, and you might notice I have my air conditioner in the window still. That's if you're a video watcher. Am I going to take it out? Probably not until it's too late, and I'm going to end up freezing to death. Because that actually, well, I didn't almost freeze to death, but I got really cold one time. Or my room kept getting really cold back in like 2019. I was just so lazy. I didn't take it out till almost December. I think it was Thanksgiving Day, as my entire family was like scrambling to get things together, get everything prepared. I was like, also guys, it's kind of cold in my room. Can you guys help me take my AC out of the window? Cause it was brick. It was brick outside. But anyways, it has not been that hot this year. So that's a little concerning. That's starting to get a little bit, is it too late? Do we fuck everything up? I hope not. But yeah, anyways, damn, it's really weird coming back to doing this after not doing it for so long. Same thing with like streaming. I tried streaming the other day. I didn't really stream. At most I've just been making progress on like editing videos together and stuff like that. But I didn't really stream. I haven't streamed that much recently. Twitch.tv/TripShoes. You can catch me every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night, usually around 6:30 p.m. EST. But of course, I've just had so many things going on in my personal life that I couldn't really do it. Honestly, that's probably the hardest thing, or like not the hardest thing, but like one of the biggest realizations is just like how difficult it is to like be a personality, be a creative type. And a lot of your content revolves around you being yourself and being a person when you don't feel like yourself anymore. That was like probably the hardest thing. That was probably the most difficult thing. That's going to be the most difficult thing going forward too, in terms of like getting myself back on that treadmill, back in the saddle, so to speak. Why do they say that? Like back in the saddle. I figured it would be like back on the saddle. Like you're getting on the saddle. If you're riding a horse and you're on top of the horse, you're on the saddle. Are you in the saddle? Is that what they say? I guess technically your feet, right? Like they do the thing, you put your feet in there. I guess you're in the saddle, back in the saddle. Back on the saddle sounds right. This is another happy as a clown moment for this podcast. Also, I want to address the fact that I think I wear this. I think this is the most worn outfit I've ever worn on the podcast. This is the white Carhartt beanie, this shirt, and then these jeans. I think I wear these. Like, this is like the quintessential like podcasting outfit. In fact, I think that's the only thing that's like keeping me from like that's my like driving force behind wanting to make this episode today. I'm also just doing it because it's kind of like this outfit's kind of like the Power Rangers coming together. You know what I mean? Like they form that big thing. I don't know what it's called. I don't know anything about Power Rangers. I know they're making a Lego set of it. That's the extent of my knowledge. Comment down below if you know what that thing is called in Power Rangers. But yeah, I didn't feel like myself. I was having a bad time. But you know, we're slowly getting back into things, everybody. I got the outfit together, ready to go. It's going to power me through this episode. I also have a fresh bottle of seltzer water, that I'm going to actually take a big gulp of right now, live on the podcast, live on episode number 32, live on episode. Oh my God, I needed that. I think right now we are the rusty machine, and that was the oil that's going to keep the machine going, you know? And then eventually we're going to be up and running again. But yeah, no, it's just been an incredibly difficult month. I know a lot of people actually that like just had an awful month, just like a terrible fucking month. That was October. Now we're in November. We've turned, hopefully, fingers crossed, turned a new page in the book that is life for most people. Because I know a lot of people had a really awful month last month. Yeah, I feel like, again, like it's almost like I fell off my bike. This is a good allegory here. It's almost like I fell off my bike and broke my leg. Oh, fuck, I did break my toe. That did happen. That was another fucking horrible thing that happened last month. I broke my toe. I actually think I broke my foot straight up. Like, I think a part of my foot is actually broken still. It really hurt. It still kind of hurts to walk. That was a couple weeks ago at this point. That was probably like mid October, and we're in like early November. This is November 4th, is when I'm recording this. Way to date the episode. Look at me go. But I slipped and fell in the bathroom while I was on stream, off camera, but while I was like live on stream. I went into the bathroom to take a little bathroom break, and excuse me, there was the burp that I was waiting for. And the floor was wet because my brother had just showered, and I was just trying to like be as quick as possible in and out of the bathroom so I can get back to stream. And I fully just like put my foot down, and like Charlie Brown kicking the football, just went whoop and like landed right on, jammed my foot into like a cabinet in our bathroom, like beneath the sink. And then I hit my head. I didn't get concussed. Like, I was able to catch myself. I landed on my wrist, but my head kind of bonked the wall. And I was really worried that I was concussed. I was actually more worried about that than I was about my foot. I'm like, okay, broken toe. I can't really, if you go to the hospital for like a broken toe, they literally are like, well, we can't really do anything for you. We can maybe, give you a splint that you can get from like any pharmacy or like any store. I had to have like my toes taped together for a little while. That was fun. When it hurts to walk, that's like kind of the worst thing ever, dude. When it hurts to walk, what are you gonna do? Just not walk places? Jeez, like it was so difficult. But luckily my foot seems to be somewhat better. It still hurts. I walked a lot today. Actually, I went out and I woke up this morning and I'm like, I need to get like the creative juices flowing. Not creative juices, but like just get the juices flowing. And I was like, I need to go make a vlog. I'm going to go vlog. And you guys will see that on the main channel probably pretty soon. I didn't bother bringing the camera and whatnot. I was like, I'll just film on my phone, make a little iPhone vlog. And it's probably the most like, that video when it comes out is the most I've ever felt like a mainstream like vlogger. Like I guess iPhone vlogs are still very popular on YouTube. I didn't really know that until like recently. I was like, oh wow, people are still like out there doing that. That's crazy. I still hate filming stuff in public. I hate being the guy with a camera or the guy who's like obviously recording something, especially when you're recording yourself. You're just like, ooh, ooh, this feeling, ooh, everybody's looking at me and they think I'm weird. I've made videos and stuff like that before, like walking around and, they're up on the main channel and like, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm getting so many looks. And I do get looks from people. People are like, they're like, what the fuck is that guy? Like, what? Either it's like, they're kind of silently judging you. They're like, what a fucking weirdo. Like, this guy's got a camera and he's filming himself. Like, oh my God, what? How cringe, how embarrassing. Or they think you're like a fucking creep. Like, they're like, oh, he's going around filming himself, but is he going to start filming other people? What's he going to do? Again, prank YouTubers have done irreparable damage to the world of recording stuff. In fact, I think I talked about this. Did I talk about this on the podcast? I don't remember if I did or if I didn't. My brother showed me this footage, that was on YouTube that was uploaded relatively recently of like a mall in 1996. And it was like Christmas time. Like, so, kind of what we're getting into right now. We're kind of right around, Christmas is right around the corner, everybody. It happens very quickly. They say it's the most wonderful time of the year. I say it's the fastest. It goes by very quickly. It'll be 2026 before we know it. But I was watching the video, and in the video, like, people are like excited to be filmed. They're like, it's novel to them. I gotta work on that stutter. I hate that I do that. Maybe that's something I'll be a little more mindful in future episodes, but it's novel to them. To be like on camera. It's like, oh wow, that's so cool. Like video cameras. Cause I guess around that time, like, you had home video cameras, but they were big and you couldn't really, they weren't portable. Around 1996, that's when they started coming out with like the handy cams and whatnot that are a lot more portable. And it was a lot cooler to be like filming stuff in public. In fact, that's like one of my favorite genres on YouTube to just like watch whenever I'm bored. I'll just find like, there's so much of it, just old VHS camera footage that people find, they digitize it, and then they upload it to YouTube. And I'm like, this is awesome. Like, this is wow. Like, what a different world. I wish, you know what, when they say like, when like young people say like, oh, I was born in the wrong generation. And I always like, they always refer to like music and stuff like that. It's like, you can still appreciate the older music, but you can't vlog nowadays without people thinking you're like Prank Invasion, or I don't know. I'm trying to think of another prank YouTuber, but you know what I mean. Or like, you can't really do it without people being like, wow, that's a grown man going around filming himself. What a narcissist. But yeah, no, that's one of my favorite genres on YouTube. What was I was making a point about something. I vlogged today. That's what I'm trying to say. I finally like got out of the house and I was like, I need to go vlog. I need to go film just something, at the very least, something to just like distract my brain. So I'm not sitting around bed rotting, waiting until, it's time to stream, or waiting until, this or that, or, whatever. Really getting out of the house and just doing anything is better than bed rotting. Guys, we need to put an end to bed rotting. Okay, in 2025, we can bed rot tell you what, we can bed rot for the rest of the year. 2026, when they do those like fucking lists that are like, oh, what's in this year? What's out this year? Like those BuzzFeed articles or whatever. Guys, bed rotting is so out this year, next year. You guys still got a couple more. What would that be? It's November 4th. So like, what was that, like 56 days or something? I think. I don't know. You guys got a couple more days left to bed rot. But once we're in 2026, bed rotting's done. You can't do it anymore. I'm not allowing it. I'm going to, that was such a little burp. I wanted a satisfying one. I'm going to enforce the rule. I am going to be the bed rot rule enforcer. No more bed rotting. We're done doing it. I say that as I'm probably going to end up bed rotting a little bit tomorrow. And also, like, I want to just say something real quick. Bed rotting is not sleeping in. Bed rotting is not, hitting snooze on your alarm clock maybe a few times. Bed rotting is like laying in your bed to the point where there's an imprint. You just spend all day in your bed doing nothing, watching YouTube videos, watching old VHS camera footage on your TV, or play, is playing video games, is that bed rotting? I guess if you're in bed and you're playing video games, then it's bed rotting. But yeah, we're done. We're hashtag canceling bed rotting. You know what it is time for though? You know what's in right now, guys? Bed rotting's out, but you know what's in, guys? The Merriam-Webster word of the day. That's right. We are bringing this back because we do it every episode. So I don't know why this episode, we haven't done the show in a long time, but like, I don't know why this episode would be any different. I don't know why you're upset about that. Why are you upset about it? Why are you like punching your steering wheel as you're listening to this in the car? There's no need to do that. Anyways, I pulled it up preemptively, but I did not look at it because I want it to be a little bit of a surprise. Merriam-Webster word of the day, November 4th, 2025, is spontaneous. Oh, that's kind of a good one. Wait. Spontaneous. Usually it's a male voice, right? Wait, maybe I'm misremembering. Spontaneous. I can't do the robot voice with that one. Spontaneous describes something that is done or said in a natural and often sudden way and without a lot of thought or planning. It can describe a person who does things that have not been planned, but that seem enjoyable and worth doing at a particular time. I think that spontaneity is the foundation of creativity. And this is my college essay or some, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that bit. But spontaneous, that's a good word of the day. It's a very spontaneous. I guess it was rather spontaneous what I did today, which was that, okay, there was a point to the vlog originally. If you guys know about the insert cheesy bread video, it's a video of a nice young man who has a t-shirt on that says, it's got a little red arrow pointing up at his mouth on the shirt. And it just says insert cheesy bread on the shirt in big red, bold red font. And man, oh man, the video is this guy like walking by and like making fun of him, laughing at him like, oh, insert cheesy bread. Who sold you this shirt? And I'm like, man, I kind of want that shirt. Fucking insert cheesy bread into me. You can insert cheesy bread into me all the live long day. I don't care. I want the damn cheesy bread shirt. And I know that they sell it at Five Below, same place I got my iconic pickle t-shirt. And I went to 2 Five Belows today because I was like, I've seen it there 1,000 times. The insert cheesy bread shirt, seen it there 1,000 times. And I'm like, I'm going to go get it today. I'm going to stand in solidarity with that man that day. You can insert cheesy bread into me all the live long day. Okay. And I went to 2 of them, both of which are very close together. So it wasn't like I was driving insane distances to go get an insert cheesy bread t-shirt. But I got to the first one. There was no cheesy bread shirt. They are filtering that one out of the rotation. Maybe that video got the cheesy bread shirt freaking canceled or something. And then also I went to the other one again. No cheesy bread t-shirt. I was very upset about it. I want my insert cheesy bread t-shirt. I do. And if maybe this episode is kind of spoiling the vlog a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about what I did today. Maybe I should be talking about what I did yesterday. No, that's a bad idea. Maybe I should talk about what I did the day before. No, that's also a bad idea. Both of those days were very personal and, personal life things going on. Anyways, I guess spontaneity or spontaneous spontaneity is a great way to describe me and how I go about making things. I literally woke up today. I'm like, you know what? Cheesy bread shirt. I'm going to get that cheesy bread shirt. I had some good cheesy bread yesterday. Very good. And I think that maybe that planted the seed in my head of we need the iconic insert cheesy bread shirt. And if anybody out there watching this has an extra insert cheesy bread shirt, please get in contact with me. DMs, whatever. I would like to buy it from you. I'm not going to pay any more than what they're selling it at Five Below, which is $5.55, which I think that's very cool that they have like kind of like their own price branding. Because usually you'd think like, oh, maybe $5.99, $5.55, Five Below, baby. I'm going to take a little sip of my water, and you guys are going to keep enjoying this podcast episode. But it's weird being like, it's weird whenever like you're going through like personal life shit because like you become so out of touch with the rest of the world. Like all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, you miss out on so much stuff because you're just dealing with your own stuff. And I think that that's actually kind of like, sometimes it's kind of nice actually. Like, I don't know, there's so many fucking memes that have popped up since the last time I've made a podcast episode, which I think the last like recorded episode, besides the Patreon episode, which was more of like an update as to what's going on and where the podcast is. What was it? Oh, fuck, what was I saying? Lost my train of thought. Hold on a second. Searching for it. It's lost. That was spontaneous. Very spontaneous. It's also super fucking windy outside. Oh my God. Hope I don't lose power on the podcast. But no, what was I thinking about? I was thinking about something. Oh no, I was about to make a really good point. Oh my God. I'm going to re-listen to the footage real quick so I can remember my point of what I was going to say. Oh, come on. That was going to be such a good joke where I got this ping pong ball gun at the dollar store for a Halloween party. The ball, I was shooting at the lens and it didn't even hit it. It was such a limp shot. Anyways, that pause was very productive because I was able to remind myself, yes, there's so many fucking like memes that happened in like the past month that I feel like I was like, whoa, holy shit, these like flew right by me. Like the whole 6'7" thing. What the fuck? What does that even mean, dude? I know like this is like old man yells at cloud or whatever, but it's like, I mean, I guess I kind of get it in the sense that like we had like 9 + 10 = 21. It's a little weird being on the other side of it now, where like you have to be the one, because I'm 26 years old. I'm not out there going, I'm not gonna do it. I was about to do it. I was about to do it, and you know what it is, the 6'7" thing with my hands like the. Anyways, that and like. Fuck, dude, it would have been great if we like came back to this podcast and instead of like, I don't know, doing what I'm doing here, wallowing in my own pity, I was eating chicken stars and saying 6'7", and I got a big tattoo of 6'7" on my chest. Chicken stars, everybody, ha ha ha. Fucking Jesus Christ, what am I doing, dude? Why do I do this shit? I think it's almost kind of nice though to be on like the other side of like. I don't know. We had our time. You know what I mean? Anybody who's like the same age as me, around my like age group, we had our time. We had Here Come Dat Boy. What the fuck was that about, dude? Just a frog on a fucking unicycle, whatever the hell it's called. What the fuck was like? I'm trying to think of like other shit that we had. We had like 9 + 10 = 21. D's nuts, I think is still kind of going strong though. Like I still feel like I hear a lot of people say D's nuts. Is it like a modern equivalent? Have we replaced it yet? Because I think the 6'7" thing is now the new 21, and eventually it's going to become ironic, and people are going to be. I think people are already kind of doing it ironically, which just goes to show how fast things change and how fast culture moves now. I think. All those like boomers like 10 years ago that were like, man, culture moves so quickly nowadays. None of us can keep up with, what's hip now. And I was like, no, that's not how it is. But no, that's like how it is. Like it's accelerated a lot. Like things become yesterday's news. What do you call old news? Yesterday's news, like within seconds, dude. It's crazy. I bet the 6'7" kid is already in a freaking retirement home. Probably, I mean, I hope he's making some kind of money ethically off of, all this stuff. That must be like, okay, I have an example. Where the fuck is Damn Daniel? That should have been my Halloween costume this year. I should have gotten myself a brand new pair of slip-on Vans because these are like falling apart, dude. You see these things? They got a big old hole in the side. Big old hole in the side. Right there. Yeah, you can see it. He's got a big hole in the side. I should have gone as Damn Daniel. I should have got myself a brand new pair of the classic white Vans, a white t-shirt, and some new jeans. I actually really do need. You know what I could have done? Oh my God, I could have done my own interpretation of Damn Daniel, because I'm Daniel, that's my name. I could have, instead of doing a regular white t-shirt, you know what shirt I could have wore that I should have bought previously? You know what shirt I could have wore? Insert cheesy bread here shirt. I should have. I fucked up. I missed an opportunity for the best, what would have honestly revolutionized the world of memes. Okay? 6'7" kid, they're going to kick him to the curb. Chicken stars, it's over for you. Carl's Jr. Isn't it like Carl's Jr. the one that does like the chicken stars? What fucking movie is that even from? Is that just like an AI thing? I don't know. Anyways. now that we have like the holiday season right around the corner, I actually want to bring up something that I realized today, which I think has become a thing previously. I've seen a lot of posts about it online in the past, like I want to say like the past two-ish years. And that is the existence of fake AI products, fake AI marketing. People being duped, a lot of elderly people being duped by products that don't actually exist, and either they get scammed out of their money, or they get something that isn't what it was advertised as, which is like always kind of sort of been a thing, but now it's like on a new scale of like, oh my god, like you can just I could do it today. I could just start doing that to pay my bills. I could just start scamming old people with AI. Sure, I could do it. Is it ethical? Yes. Because I'm going to use it to buy chicken stars. No, fuck. So stupid. But I'm just thinking about how bad it's going to be this year. Like that's probably been the worst thing. That's probably been the worst thing that's happened in the past month. No, of course, much worse shit has happened. But that's probably been like one of the biggest like developments I've seen in the past month that like genuinely made me go, oh fuck, like this is bad. Like we've crossed the territory of like, shut the hell up. We've crossed the territory of like AI being like, oh haha, we put Shrek in Hamilton or some shit like that, to like now we're in like the fake videos that look realistic. I got duped. Oh, I gotta talk about this. I got duped recently. I got duped real hard recently. There was a video. It was like Ring doorbell footage, fake Ring doorbell footage. By the way, this was AI generated. I think it's called Sora, is the name of the new model or whatever they call it. I don't know. It was Sora. It was a Sora video, and it was Ring doorbell footage of a possum on a table eating like something that was like left out, and like a Halloween decoration activates, and the possum like jumps up and like freaks out. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, that's hilarious. That's so funny. The possum wasn't real. In the hypothetical that that video was real, I would not find it funny if the animal actually got hurt, of course. But in the context of the fact that it was like AI and obviously wasn't real, I laughed. I didn't know that it wasn't real. I still laughed though. And it's like, I don't know. It's just like a funny, dumb little video on the internet. And I was like, that's great. And I go to the comment section. Everybody's like posting it like, that's AI. That's AI. And then I look back at the video and I'm like, oh fuck, there's the watermark right there. Dude, I got duped. Fuck, I'm out of, dude, I really am. Maybe I need to be in a retirement home now. 26 years old. I don't know what 6'7" is. And I got duped by an AI video. Dude, I'm fucked. I'm cooked. Chopped, cooked. I'm unk, as they say. It's over for me, man. It's over for me. But, and then like after that video, I started seeing like all of this AI stuff, all of these like AI generated, like it's fake, like Ring doorbell or like security camera footage. And I'm like, at first it was like innocent. It would be like, oh, look, there's a fox jumping on a trampoline, and it's fake. But then like I started seeing like fake police footage, fake all this other stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is dangerous. Like we've gotten into that and this is nothing new. Like I'm not saying anything profound or new here, really. I think everybody is kind of like everybody kind of realizes the implications of this, and nobody's doing fucking anything about it, but that's okay, I guess. What else was I saying? I was saying something. I was tying this back to Christmas. It's like we're only a matter of time, probably maybe like a few weeks away from like people framing other people for crimes by AI generating them into the video, because apparently you can do that, which I think now we're starting to get into that territory of like digital like using your likeness. I don't know how you really say that. Likeness. I don't know. People like putting, copyright on themselves or something like that, or some kind of trademark on themselves of like, oh, if you use me in like a footage, like my character, me as like a person in something, I can sue you or something, or I can take it down or have some kind of like legal action taken. Which damn, dude, maybe I'm kind of spitting today, guys. I think we're only a matter of like it's only a matter of time till like some major case happens, like some major like crime. I say in air quotes for all the audio listeners, some major like crime is committed, and then like somebody goes to jail or like gets charged, and serves time, and then we find out later on that it was completely fake. It was AI. I remember back in college we had like an entire. I was a writing major in college, for those of you who don't know, and that like includes like journalism and stuff like that. We had like an entire segment in one of my classes about deep faking and how like deep faking, it's like, oh wow, like that's actually like gonna become a major problem pretty soon. And also like, people having their faces, put onto like porn videos. That was like the big thing, was a lot of it was being used for porn. And, I remember my professors were like, I was like, this is probably not going to go anywhere, right? Like, I think we're all going to collectively as a society agree that this is bad and we're not going to progress any, further with it. And boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I so naive. Anyways, I was going to make a different point. Okay. I'm going to remember this one. I don't have to pause the video. I don't have to stop the video. I'm going to remember this one. Oh, I remember now. Okay. AI videos, AI marketing and stuff like that, fake products that don't exist. Dude, the amount of kids this year that are going to get AI generated, Christmas toys and stuff like that. Like the level of deceptiveness or of deceptiveness, I guess, that a lot of these ads have towards, again, especially like a lot of like elderly people. I'm seeing it now. I'm predicting it right now. There's going to be so many Twitter posts about like, weird AI generated, Christmas gifts and stuff like that. I know that happened a lot last year, like people getting like t-shirts with like AI art on them, or like posters with AI art, and like, mugs. I think there was a big one. I think there was a big talk about like a mug that was like advertised that to look like it was like a geode or something like that. And it looked really realistic. And then it was like some 3D printed garbage. I just think we're like on the cusp of it being like the next big thing is going to be AI generated. That's going to be like the big thing this year, I think, is going to be AI generated presence. And maybe that's going to be how we stop AI, is that Mr. St. Nicholas himself is going to step in and he's going to have to save Christmas of 2026, because Christmas of 2025 is going to be ruined. And the spirit of Christmas is not alive anymore, guys. Jesus Christ. That would be a good plot to like a movie. It's like Christmas gets ruined by AI in 2025. So next year he has to like team up with like the 6'7". Santa Claus has to team up with the 6'7" kid. And they also have to bring Damn Daniel back from the dead to save Christmas from AI. There you go. See, SNL, hire me. Like I said, SNL, you guys definitely I can be the new SNL cast member, and here's why I'll be a contender, whatever the fuck he said. I'm gonna shoot you guys with a ping pong ball gun. I wonder if this was inspired by AI. Oh, that one was pretty good. That thing went really far, actually. Let me do it again, guys. For audio listeners right now, I have a ping pong ball gun, and I'm shooting my camera with it. That didn't work. We're gonna give that one a second try. That one didn't work. We're gonna give that one a third try. That one was rather limp. The gun did not want to leave my finger. It was clinging on for dear life. I meant to do it more of a nice throw, a nice fling in that general direction, and it just stuck to my finger. What was I? What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, we're gonna save Christmas from next year. Christmas is gonna save us from AI, because Christmas of 2025 is gonna be completely ruined by AI generated toys and T-shirts and gifts and stuff like that. I want to know, like, I feel like I saw something recently that was like, maybe comment down below. Maybe you got like an AI generated gift or something like that last year. Something that involved AI in some capacity, whether like the advertising for it was like super deceptive because it was like an AI generated thing to make it look so perfect and cool and not a realistically attainable thing. for $15 or something. And then you get it and it's like some 3D printed garbage or something completely different. It's going to hit hard this holiday season. I think it's going to hit real hard this holiday season. I guess, another thing that I saw, I just saw this, this was in the news recently. And that was that Coca-Cola just released their advertisement. They're like, I guess they do like an annual Christmas ad or something like that. Like, like a little share a Coca-Cola with your family on Christmas. It's not Christmas without the great big family Coca-Cola drinking contest or something. I didn't watch the ad, but apparently it's all AI generated, featuring no actual actors. Or maybe it does feature actors that have had their likeness. That's a fucking fake word. Likeliness stolen from them, and have been AI generated into this ad. And it's like, I don't know, to me personally, like, it's an opportunity to give people work and you're taking that away from people. I guess I don't want to be like super negative on the comeback episode, but it's like, it all just boils down to money at the end of the day. Like, everything always just kind of boils down to like, the bottom dollar basically. And like, how much can you save? Cause like, I don't know, to me years ago, it's probably a pretty good opportunity as like an actor to get work on like a Coca-Cola commercial at the very least, maybe to be in it for like 5 seconds, twisting the cap off and it was probably pretty cool to get that kind of work. And now it doesn't exist, unfortunately. And I don't know, to me personally, I mean, I will admit I've been drinking a lot of soda recently. That's been kind of my vice, has been Diet Coke. To me personally though, whenever I see a company using some type of generative AI, even kind of like the TikTok, like AI voiceover, I don't really like that. Whenever I see a company using stuff like that, instead of like hiring a voice actor or hiring actual actors or artists, or, replacing it with AI so that it can, so that they can like save a little bit of money, it makes me think that they don't care that much about their product. It makes me think that they think that, like, I don't know. It's like, why, if you really care about your product or your service or something like that, hire people and give them work, the same work that you need, or the same business that you need essentially, in order to make your thing succeed. Because I think like Gen Z, and I hope Gen Alpha carries this sentiment. I think Gen Z, is going to be like the generation to realize a lot of it and be like, oh wow, yeah, like, I mean, I know a lot of people my age that like see AI advertising or AI, in commercials now, and we're like, oh, we don't want to support that thing anymore because they don't care about it. They didn't care to hire a voice actor to do a funny little voice or something like that for their commercial. They didn't care. Nobody cares anymore, guys. And that's how we have to save Christmas. It's gonna maybe that'll be the title of this episode, is Saving Christmas. No, that's gonna be a good like Christmas special episode, is Saving Christmas. That's what, can somebody like in the comment section down below just comment something like, oh, remember when you do the Christmas special, because we didn't do a Halloween special this year because my life sucked. When we do the Christmas special of My Tiny Little House, remember My Tiny Little Gingerbread House. I'll title it that for that one episode. But it's going to be also called Saving Christmas. And the plot of the podcast episode is that we are going to single-handedly save Christmas of 2025. Little Daniel saves Christmas. It's so stupid. Oh my God, dude. Oh, fuck. I guess I really did miss doing this. I was kind of hesitant. Admittedly, I was very hesitant to like get the light set up. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this in this episode, but I mentioned it in the Sammy video, that I kind of like, I think I kind of perfected the lighting, but I also kind of like turned this into a little set. Oh, the bench! I didn't even mention the bench that I'm on. I found this on the side of the road. It's very nice. It's like a little love seat kind of thing. And this like top part, you could take it off, flip it over. And originally when I found it on the side of the road, it looked like there was a big jizz stain on it, some kind of suspicious white mystery. I cleaned that off in a couple alcohol wipes, and now it's good as new, fresh, ready to go. And gone are the days of the beanbag chair. The beanbag chair is out in my living room now. So now we have this little love seat, and I feel like it kind of makes me feel like I'm a little more active. Excuse me. on the show, a little more like, not like, slouched into a beanbag chair like this and, complaining about how bad it like hurts my back and my knees. Although this is probably not gonna be that great for my back because I have to sit up or slouch. I don't have like a rest. Maybe I can build something. Maybe I'll hire like Mark Rober or one of those like YouTubers who know more things than me to do something. I don't know. Turn this into a throne perhaps. But yeah, no, I kind of like turn this, I guess like this is kind of like the official like set, so to speak. I want to say this feels more like a set now rather than like previous episodes where I'm just like sitting on the floor of my room in this beanbag chair that barely fits me. That was $35 from Walmart. Shout out Walmart. I got the lighting right. I feel like I like the lighting a little bit more. I want it to be a little more dim, a little more intimate because it's a tiny little house. And when things are tiny and little and, I guess that sounds really bad. Closeness. Like it feels a little more like we're a little more close, and that's a little more intimate, and the lighting feels a little more intimate, not in like a sexual way, not that kind of intimacy, but like a close kind of intimacy. And I like that. That's kind of what I always wanted for this show. One day we'll get that set though. One day we will have a little shed to make this show in, or a little cabin perhaps. But the show's not called My Tiny Little Cabin. It's called My Tiny Little House. We'll have a working kitchen, bathroom, a bedroom, maybe like a guest bedroom. That could be cool. I actually think that would be really fun if I make like a podcast set that also acts as a like a little place for my friends to crash or something. That could be kind of cool. That's like ethical, right? That's like more ethical than AI generated Coca-Cola ads for Christmas. That's more ethical. What else I really want to talk about? We still got a little bit of time left. Of course, we're going to be doing an extra 30 to 45 minutes over on the Patreon. Typically, things get a little more intimate on there, not in a sexual way, but intimate, as in I open up a little bit more on the Patreon, just because it's like, hey, if you're going to give me $5, it's like, oh, you want to know more about me? Fat chance, pal. $5 a month, though? What do you want to know? I'll tell you everything. Not everything though, of course. But no, it's usually a little sloppy. Sometimes we have a funny little beverage. Sometimes we have a funny little liquid silly juice on the Patreon, just so we can, get a little loosey goosey, a little silly willy. But yeah, $5 a month, patreon.com, My Tiny Little House. You get bonus content, again, extra 30 to 45 minutes per episode and 2 bonus episodes a month. And you get early access to the podcast. You see it before anybody else does, 1 day early. I know that's not that much time, but if you're really barking up a tree for a podcast to watch a day earlier than everybody else and get bonus content, then you know where to go. Anyways, I want to talk a little bit about, I think maybe there's a little bit of confusion about the fact that there was an episode a couple weeks ago. And in that episode, I mentioned that it was October 6th or something like that. I forgot what day it was. I filmed an episode with my friend in early October at his condo apartment. I don't really know what it is. And that was really fun to do. I liked the vibe of that episode a lot, as in it felt, we were both very tired. It was like kind of late-ish, it was a little bit late when we filmed the episode. And I liked the vibe of that one a lot. I liked the fact that it felt like just like two people so delirious and tired in like a Xbox Live party, and I don't know, like 2018 or something like that. It's like 2 a.m. and just anything's funny kind of thing. But it was also cool to like show more of my life and like my personal life with like my friends and whatnot on that episode. And I look forward, I want to do more of that actually. Like that would be really fun for like little occasional episodes of the podcast, just here and there, nothing, I don't know if I've thought about if I want like a permanent co-host for this show. Like I've been thinking about it. I've been on the fence about it. I like having this kind of like private time to just yap at a camera. But also at the same time, I also like to, change things up a little bit here and there. Maybe it would be nice to have somebody to comedically work off of a little bit. Somebody to be like, whoa, Daniel, you're getting a little crazy there. Reel it in, pal. Reel it in. The episode is called Trash Pizza, by the way. You can go watch it. And I want you to decide if I ate pizza out of a trash can. Now, I'm not going to bother explaining that on this episode because you have to go watch the other one. You got to go give me the view and the like and the subscribe also. Please, that would be really good. Really nice. Be really cool if you did. What the fuck is that noise? There's like something like shifting around in my closet. Maybe it's a ghost because we didn't do a Halloween episode. I didn't do the ghost stories episode like I was planning on doing. Oh no. I fucked up, dude. I really fucked up. Oh my God, I didn't do the Halloween. Oh my God, I had this whole plan to do ghost story. Oh my God, I talked about it so much and I didn't do it. Oh my God. Maybe we can do that for Christmas. Maybe we can do like the ghosts of Christmas past, present and future. But instead it's just us telling ghost stories that somehow vaguely involve Christmas, maybe? Question mark. But yeah, no. Okay. To explain the episode, back to the original point, to explain the episode with my friend, that was recorded in early October, and then like the news hit, and I was like, I really don't feel like podcasting. I feel like I'm just going to kind of focus on just streaming here and there, focus on editing videos of like pre-recorded stuff that I haven't gotten out in a while. I just had a lot on my plate. So to just explain why there was an episode that was like filmed a long time, not like a long time ago, but like a month ago, that was uploaded like, I don't even know when I uploaded that episode. But that was the reason why. And I was like, oh, I'm sitting on this footage. I need to put something out for the viewers to digest until I'm ready to come back and yap at a camera as a grown man, a grown boy, a growing boy. Which I feel like the progress of me from like when I started this episode where I was like, yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. What the fuck is this? Like, fuck this shit. Versus like now where I'm like, yeah, man, we're back, baby. And I'm going to try to be back as much as possible. I don't know if we're ever going to be able to film like an outdoor episode ever again, because it got cold really. It's still kind of like warm, but like it got windy really quickly. Like winter's hitting us, baby. Winter's hitting us. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to film an episode outside, but we really missed like the prime. We really missed the prime like autumn, fall. That's what I'm looking for. We really missed like prime fall, like beautiful weather to make an episode, just because again, everything was really bad this past month. Nobody ever like, I mean, everybody always like warns you about like, not warns you, but like talks about how tough it is to like lose a pet. And it's one of those things that you can't truly understand the feeling. Like you can be as empathetic and sympathetic to somebody who lost a pet as possible and try to like put yourself in their shoes. But it's like a whole new feeling to have to like do what we did where we had to put him down. That like, you can't really like prepare yourself for it. It's very like, you can prepare yourself, I'd say about 50% of the way. And then it happens and you're like, oh fuck. Oh shit. Like that was a really hard thing to do this past month. And to anybody out there, maybe you're going through something like that similar. My heart goes out to. It was a really tough thing. But I do want to end this on somewhat of a positive note, I guess. And that is that, over the weekend, we had a little my tiny little Halloween party at my house. And, we did a big fire. We did a big Halloween fire, a big Halloween bonfire. Like I think it's like I was trying to quote Smiling Friends. But I kind of forgot what Mr. Boss says in that one episode. But we did a little bonfire here at the house. We burned all this old firewood that we had that just needed to go. We were like, okay, we need to burn all this in one night, and like some pallets. It was really fun. It was a very beautiful fire. Very warm too. I will say, on a very cold, breezy night, a nice big roaring fire. Very, very fun. Very, very cool. But I want to say that it is currently Tuesday. And the ashes of the fire, which, I guess we're going to I can't just leave you guys without explaining the full context of this here. Our fire pit down there is where we decided to do what we did do what we had to do. We decided to put him down at the fire pit because that was one of his favorite spots. He loved our fire pit. He loved to lay there, and that's where we did it. Was right in front of it. We had a like, little bed set up for him. It was really beautiful. And, you know, that was his favorite spot. I think we're going to put some of his ashes down there. We got him cremated, and we just got him back recently. I think we're going to put a few of the ashes down there. But I want to just say something that I thought was kind of crazy. And this was like, fuck, am I going to tear up at the end? Don't let me tear up before the Patreon. I thought this was really beautiful. And that is that right now, the ashes of the fire pit are still smoking. There is still smoke being let off into the air. And I think that, like, maybe that was another sign. I don't know. I'm not a big believer in like the afterlife and, you know, stuff like that. I'm not a big believer in things like that. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not like a very like religious person, but, whenever, like, it's kind of one of those things, like whenever you see a sign of something, you always take it. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, that was like, even if you don't believe in any of it, whenever you see a sign, you always take it. You always like, you know, you always kind of, I guess it's just like a human thing. It's just part of being like a person is like, you'll see like some kind of symbol. And I think that is like his first sign to us that, you know, that he's there. And, that the smoke from the fire pit is his little way of saying like, hey, where was the invite to the party, assholes? No. But I saw that today. I woke up as I was like making the vlog, and I looked outside and I saw that, and I was like, oh my God, that's still going? What the fuck? That's crazy. Like, it was just so crazy to me, but it's also just so beautiful. And, yeah, I mean, I guess, that was a slightly dark, not really that dark, but like, I guess slightly like cynical, what's the word I'm looking for? Not cynical, slightly, somber, I guess, way to end the episode, was that, I noticed that, and I want to mention that to you guys. Again, if you're dealing with what I had to deal with this past month, and that is losing a pet, one that you grew up with, my heart goes out to you. It's fucking so difficult. And, I really like, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. It's like a whole new feeling. But you know, whenever you see a sign, take that sign, baby. Take that symbol, take that message. And I think that was his first message to us. Was there anything else I really wanted to talk about before we move on over to the Patreon? I think we're about through. I think we're just about through. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I know maybe like this felt like a little bit of an awkward comeback, so to speak. Maybe a little bit of a little rusty. You know, we're getting the gears turning a little bit again. Maybe we need some lubrication. Maybe we need a little bit of I don't have another word for lubrication. Alcohol is what I was going to say. Maybe I'll crack open a little beer on the Patreon. Maybe if I have beer in the fridge still downstairs, we're going to crack into a beer and do a freaking awesome Patreon bonus. Yeah, patreon.com, my tiny little house. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been episode number 32, and hopefully next week we have an episode number 33. I think it's 32. I'm sticking to my guns on that one. Sticking to my gun. Oh my God. Sticking to my gun on that one. Bye. Oh, that was so close.